My name is Isaulov Denis. I'm co-founder and co-CEO of MarsBase.
He'll say things others won't. He'll break the rules. He'll break his own company and he'll build it again.
Doing one more time, doing one more time, doing one more time.
It's an industry I have no idea about. I have no clue about it.
I'm not entirely sure what it is because they seem to do a lot of different things.
My father is an astronaut, so I'm from space family. We met guys from USA, from NASA.
His challenge really, I believe, is separating himself from the business he's building. And the sooner he does this, the sooner he will give the business a chance to soar.
I will feel that all worth it after I buy tickets to space. My name is Isaulov Denis. I'm 35. I'm co-founder and co-CEO of MarsBase. Onchain, NASDAQ, we help to tokenize, trade using different loan tools and trade secondaries with the equities of companies who are not ready to make IPO. At free time, I like to cook a lot, go for a walk very fast, every day trying to 13 kilometers, 14 maybe. I try to make all important calls while I'm walking because it is full of energy, full of concentration, and it's easy to sell any shit.
Denis, the unfiltered rebel. He'll say things others won't. He'll break the rules. He'll break his own company and he'll build it again. He's very of extremes and people will either love him or hate him, but he will stay true to himself.
The idea of MarsBase, it started at a very good DeFi product some years ago, valuable product and with a full of DeFi features, but it doesn't find success, and I call it success failure. I didn't succeed with fundraising in 2021. I didn't succeed with many sort of investment relations, building these relations with this kind of product. And current idea of MarsBase, it's not the idea. It is very streamlined business. It is a story about helping founders such as me and many founders in our cohort, or founders who already succeed with their businesses, to work directly, safer, with more understanding how it works with private markets, using some sort of technologies, innovations, but it is only a tool. Everything still comes from communication and network.
It's an industry I have no idea about, right? I really told Dan why we were doing the workshop and talking about an army. I'm like, I am an army on the industry. I have no clue about it. So it's obviously a complex industry. It's obviously really big into B2B. I think that the big Bitcoin treasury element that you're tackling is obviously super interesting because that's where all the conversations are on that level. There's a lot of people think, yeah, I'm in B2B, so brand is not that important, and narrative is not that important because you're talking to companies. But at the end of the day, companies are made out of people, and people are buying with their feelings a lot of times.
MarsBase is an interesting creature because they have a focus on revenue and they have a focus on making a business that creates value. What I like is that they have customers. They have people for whom they have created value and they're trying to find how they can give them something else, how they can increase the value they bring to people. And I think that's the right mindset.
I grew up maybe in one of the best small city in Russia, which is called Star City, which it was originally built from the scratch to help Russian engineers, Russian sportsmen, Russian military try to be an astronaut. My father is an astronaut, so I'm from space family. When I was a child, my father shows me so many different perspectives of life, starting from visiting different space centers, trainers, talking with different people from different countries. We met guys from USA, from NASA. He has PhD in medicine, PhD in psychology, and it also helps me to have different opinions on many things from the childhood, starting from religions and finishing with math. I think that this passion of such a dangerous and adventure profession as astronaut also comes to me, but in a different way. In my imagination, in my feelings of myself, I have no limits because space have no limits. My father have no limits.
They've achieved a lot. They've raised, they've expanded their product offering. I think There is no better time for them to be doing a lot of promotion because stable coins and RWA is all the rage right now. And I think that that's really relevant to their strategy, to their target audience. I see a lot of good things for them.
Why am I building MarsBase? I don't know why, to be honest. Because I stepped on this road 4 years ago. I start doing it. I start to see inefficiency of processes, and I can't imagine that I just took away it and start to do, I don't know, building the cars, because I am involved in these problems in this market a lot, and I see what is broken. And when I see what is broken, I can't go through and do nothing. My father, as a very accomplished man, he makes a little bit pressure, of course, on me. I start to read at 4, start to write sentences at 5, graduate school at 6, because he wants to open a potential. He wants me to be very creative, because life is really unexpected and you should be prepared. Try different ways to solve the situation. I am, like an unstoppable because of my father, because of my country, who knows that you should try one more time. And my biography is my uniqueness. It gives me power, it gives me belief, and it gives me strength to keep building, doing one more time, doing one more time, doing one more time, trying to keep building.
At the very core, there's just somebody who wants to show and do good to others, but he needs to be less clumsy along the way. You do not eat at the dinner table, picking up the fork and a spoon wearing boxing gloves. He needs to understand there's a fine motricity that you can use when you talk to people, when you build your product. You don't kick doors in, you politely ask to walk through. For sure, he's challenged by confronting his vision with how well the market and the world accepts his vision. But man, he's not learned the sensibility to navigate the world around him. So he'll break the rules and he'll break his company. But the good thing about him is I'm pretty sure he'll be able to build his company up again. As you know, every participant in our bootcamp goes through certain challenges that help them learn important lessons. And for Denis, one of these challenges is to deliver his startup pitch while standing on an exercise ball. This challenge will show whether he truly is the guy who knows that you should try one more time.
Here is the truth. Investors don't wait for perfect conditions. The audience watching you now and will decide, are you worth betting on or not? Good luck. It looks like, like a poisoned fish, which is ballooned when they're ready to attack you. So I will attack her first.
His main challenge will be to learn how to build a company without putting so much of his image and self into that company. Because he's not helping the company by putting so much of him into it. And I mean that at different levels. The best favor he can do MarsBase is to segregate MarsBase from himself. The more MarsBase is a reflection of him, the more he is hindering his company.
I think I need to be more balanced.
So Denis is also a great example of how leading sometimes can just mean handing over the keys to the car to somebody else who is better at doing it. And yes, he's the founder, but maybe he needs to focus on something else to do around his startup rather than leading it per se.
Of course it's possible. It depends on how many times I will try it. Maybe you have water. I feel that I'm very close. MarsBase is on Onchain NASDAQ. We help founders to tokenize, trade, borrow, and find liquidity for their illiquid assets. Help them to aggregate liquidity at any stage of the project. We make illiquid assets liquid and open unique on-chain IPO opportunities for all type of Web3 and Web2 professional and retail investors. MarsBase is the new chapter of private equity management. challenge showed me one more time that my ego is very big. And when you depend only on yourself, well, you don't know how to do some things. You don't need to avoid support and help of other people who already done it before. So don't give up, don't stop, try one more time, but don't avoid help and support. One perspective that we should focus on to be succeed is our investors can't lose money. Only one thing should be in head when we list companies, choose what to tokenize and sell to other people. And it's sometimes really opposite than the whole crypto market. And he tells that if we will succeed with this, not for many hundreds or thousands investors, but for key investors, for most important people, success will come very, very fast, and it will be much bigger than you imagine. I think my success is in success of business that we and product that we build for them. And maybe it's not about money or gala dinner. It was just a picture, but it was about results which we bring to other people. A chance to be a person who can build it gives me my team, because I understand that I can't build anything alone, because everything is communication with people, with interface. When you pray, you connect with God, so everything is communication. I think that I'm the one who can build it because I know how to motivate and explaining and translating this vision into other head. And one more time, motivation, because if you don't need to stop and keep building, sometimes it could be different ages. You're tired more or you in a good condition, but you should keep building only with the vision. So I think I'm the one who can translate it very straightforward.
I think the best job Denis could take on would be to be an advisor for the CEO of his company. Share the vision, give some light steering, let the CEO figure out how to take it and how to go there. That's not your job, Denis, to tell your CEO what to do. For that, you would be the CEO. So trust the person you hired and understand that the best thing you can do is share the vision and make sure the company follows your vision, because it is your vision and it should follow what you want it to go. But maybe do it a little bit lightly, because you need to understand you are wearing boxing gloves trying to pick up a very fine object.
I think that I will feel that all worth it after I sell a small share of my company and buy tickets to space.